Today, we will discuss that employee email or Facebook scanning, is it ethical or unethical? Most companies that require employers to work from company computer also implement a computer use policy. This policy gives employer, include supervisors, the right to govern and monitor all activity that transpire on company computer. This include production floor computer, company laptop and break room computer. Whether or not it is ethical for a supervisor to read your email all depend upon the circumstance surrounding the situation. Social media is one of the most popular form of communication in the 21st century, with over 1.6 billion monthly users. Anyone can connect with anyone else or find out information about them that may not otherwise be available.
Your employer can legally monitor the websites you visit, your emails, texts, social media accounts, and the whereabouts of your company car, even during non-work hours. Business owners say it's about productivity, but critics call it a big brother practice that robs employees of their right to privacy. Joining me on the legal issues involved is employment law attorney Dan Eaton. Dan, welcome back.
Sure, nice to see you, Peggy.
Dan, what do business owners say as to the need, as to why they need to monitor their employees so closely?
The two most frequently given reasons are productivity and misconduct. They want to squeeze as much productivity as they can out of their employees because that means higher profits. And what that means is they are trying to see where the waste is in their employee movements. With misconduct, I think it's pretty obvious why they're monitoring it if there's suspected misconduct.
You shouldn't be visiting, sites, illegal sites or immoral sites during work hours.
Exactly right, or doing things you shouldn't be doing on the web. Even using the internet casually and taking up too much time. It really is a time waster sometimes.
What can employers in California legally monitor?
Well, they can monitor anything that's out there publicly, of course, even your social media sites. What they cannot do, of course, is they cannot request or require employees or applicants to give them their social media private passwords. But it's really up to employees and applicants to monitor their privacy settings.
So
it's unethical for a supervisor to read emails sent and received on your personal email address is a tricky question. This depends on the computer you are using to access and send emails. If you are using a workstation or production floor computer, this goes back to the company monitoring policy, meaning the employer has a right to monitor your all activity happening on your computer, including your access of personal email accounts. If you access personal email accounts from a computer located on the production floor, such as a company laptop or break room computer, it's then unethical for the supervisor to monitor your emails. It's only ethical when the employer notifies you that all computer activity is monitored, including laptop and break room computers. If a supervisor logs into your company email address for the specific purpose of spying on you, it's unethical. Before making such an allegation, you need evidence to back it up. If you use a break room computer and forget to log out of your personal email account, an ethical supervisor will log out of the account on your behalf. If he stays logged into your account and continues to read your email, this is considered unethical behavior and violation of personal privacy. However, there may be very little you can do from a legal standpoint, since your negligence allowed him access to your personal email.
The big data company Cambridge Analytica used an algorithm capable of psychologically profiling users from their Facebook interactions alone. But how does it work? The Big Five personality test has been used by psychologists for years. It scores you on 5 core traits. Openness. Do you welcome new experiences? Conscientiousness. How much of a perfectionist are you? Extroversion. Do you love a party? Agreeableness. How compassionate are you to others? And neuroticism. Do you often worry or get easily upset? Blended together, these broad traits sort people into personality types. For example, this is the adventurer. She's open, a bit neurotic, and loves variety. Or a protector. Agreeable, extroverted, he thinks of others. Or an executive. Conscientious and open, she's a natural leader. And the algorithm? It's been proved impressively accurate. With just 10 likes, and it's better at guessing what kind of person you are than your colleagues. 150 likes, it's more accurate than your parents. And just 300 likes, it's better at predicting your personality score than your partner. But every day we share more than just likes. Our digital footprint is a vast, ever-growing web of status posts, shares, messages, photos, all of which provide Facebook further insight into who we are. Cambridge Analytica were employed by President Trump's campaign during the 2016 US elections. The company's former boss, Alexander Nix, claimed before the election to have predicted the Big Five score of every adult in America. But what did they do with that information? On Facebook, hundreds of adverts were posted every day, targeted at specific personality types, tailored towards people's innermost fears, needs, and emotions. For example, one of Donald Trump's key pledges was to defend the Second Amendment, the right of the individual to carry a gun. It was a user's Big Five score which dictated which advert landed in their newsfeed. For example, the adventurer, the open-minded but often impulsive, sometimes nervous individual might have seen something like this. An advert sending a message that freedom must be protected from outside threats. Or, for the protector, the guardian, an advert like this, suggesting guns are an essential tool in safeguarding others. And finally, the executive, the rational thinking forward planner, receives a message about protecting her family and the future. But can big data win an election? Cambridge Analytica claim it did. They say it was their data and their research that gave President Trump the winning margin. But that's near impossible to prove. No one can track in retrospect who voted which way because of which advert. There are simply too many variables.
If we don't like, then we have some options. The safest option for you when it comes to your private communications is to avoid corporate networks and property completely. Do not involve company machines, accounts or networks in any way. Send email from personal accounts using either public networks in places like libraries or cafes or private residential networks such as the one at your home. A riskier but more practical alternative is for you to bring a personal device to work like a laptop or smartphone, and use that to conduct your private communications using your personal email account. If you connect through the company's network, there is still a risk of your privacy being breached. But many companies do not take their monitoring effort to such extreme lengths. Additionally, if you carry out such communications during off periods like break or lunch, the company will have less reason to spy in the first place, and will have a harder time defending itself in court should you decide to sue for a privacy violation.
If you are assigned a company email address, employers have a right to monitor all email messages sent and received from your address. In most cases, the employer will document this monitoring policy in the employee handbook. However, the mission of the policy doesn't mean the employee loses these rights. To protect yourself, never send personal email messages using your company email address. The courts have consistently sided with employer on the issue of employee email privacy, which means you should not usually expect a right to privacy with your communications at work. This includes not just the message you send and receive on your work email account, but also the one you send and receive on your personal email accounts when using a company computer or phone, as well as any communications from a private computer to your work account. While the federal government has not yet done anything to rein in these sweeping employee powers, a few state governments, including California, Connecticut, Delaware, have imposed certain limits on the wide-ranging employer freedoms, either by requiring that employee be notified of any email monitoring or by restricting such monitoring in the first place.